So far, all of our data binding has been one way, from the component class property to the element property. But there are times we need to send information the other way to respond to user events. For example, to perform an operation when the user clicks a button. A component listens for user actions using event binding, as shown here. Notice how similar this syntax is to property binding. In this example, the component listens for the click event on a button. The name of the bound event is enclosed in parentheses, identifying it as the target event. To the right of the equals is the template statement. This is often the name of a component class method, followed by open and closing parentheses, and enclosed in quotes. If the defined event occurs, the template statement is executed, calling the specified method in the component. Wondering where you might find a list of valid DOM events? Check out this link. The Mozilla Developer Network provides a thorough list of standard events, along with some documentation. Now let's give event binding a try. In this demo, we want to implement our Show Image button. First, we define a class property that keeps track of whether the images are currently displayed. We'll call that property Show Image. Since this property is true or false, we define its type as Boolean. And let's set its default value to false, so the images are not displayed when the page is first loaded. Next, we build the method that the event binding will call. By convention, methods are normally created after all of the properties are defined, so we'll put it down here. Let's name the method ToggleImage. Notice that TypeScript does not require any keywords such as function. Following the method name with open and closing parentheses identifies it as a method. Our method won't have a return type, so we specify the return type as void. The body of the method simply toggles the state of the Show Image property. Back in the template, we are ready to set up the event binding. On the button element, we define the click as the target event by enclosing it in parentheses. We assign it to our method enclosed in quotes. When the user clicks the button, the binding calls our method. So the only thing left is to actually hide or show the image. Recall how we add logic to add or remove HTML elements from the DOM? If you said the ngIf directive, you are right. We'll add ngIf to the image element. We only want this image element if the show image flag is true, so we type ngIf equals quote show image. The image element will then only be added to the DOM if show image is true. Let's see if this works. Are we ready to give it a try? Click the button, and the image appears. Click the button again, and the image disappears. Oh, very cool. The only odd thing is the button text. When the image is displayed, the button text should change to hide image. So up here where we have the button text, let's use interpolation. When show image is true, we want the button text to say hide image, and when show image is false, we want the button text to say show image. We accomplish this using a JavaScript conditional operator. We specify the condition, which is show image, and a question mark. Then we specify the true expression. So when show image is true, we want to display hide image. Then we add a colon and the false expression. So when show image is false, we want it to say show image. Basically, we can read this syntax as, if show image is true, display hide, otherwise display show. Let's check this out in the browser. So our button text now says show image. If we click it, it says hide image. Ah, that seems a little more user-friendly. Cool. Now that we have our images working, let's tackle the filter by box. And for that, we need two-way binding.